Egg, only at Hardee's.
Now at 11, crews working to make sure roads are safe for the morning commute as chilling temperatures continue overnight, and the ways you can get help heating your home as we head into the winter months. A former worker at this Greenwood daycare convicted of battery on a child. I'm WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny with the sentence handed down today.
Some downtown Indy residents are complaining that they were jammed with thousands of dollars in unfair move-out fees. Coming up, I share what a tenants' rights expert has to say about the issue.
Connecting our communities with stories that matter. This is WRTV.
Now at 11, the first snow of the season has melted away, but crews are still out making sure the roads are ready for possible refreezing overnight, and the wind chill will make it feel like it's in the teens out there. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Amber Grigley. Let's check in now with our chief meteorologist, Todd Clausen, for a look at what's ahead.
Yeah, Amber, it's all about the cold temperatures here throughout the overnight hours. All that snow has come to an end. There is the possibility maybe of a little bit of refreezing, but most of the roadways were pretty dry. But if you do notice any areas that look like they might be wet, it's probably going to be ice with temperatures already sub-freezing in all locations. 25 in Lafayette right now, 27 in Indy, 26 in Muncie. Wind chills already in the teens across the area. We'll focus on the wind chills here because by the time you wake up tomorrow morning or get ready to wake up, we're going to be in the single digits for real feel temperatures in the teens across most of central Indiana. The coldest air to the north and east. By the time we get to 9:30 during the morning drive, we'll see those wind chill values come back into the teens, and then early afternoon, still going to feel sub-freezing across most of the area. Wind gusts tomorrow up over 30 miles per hour. But again, most of the snow has come to an end. Just some flurries in northwest Indiana. We'll talk about the warm-up coming up.
Winter weather is forcing organizers to change plans for Veterans Day. The parade, usually held in downtown Indianapolis, is canceled and celebrations are moving indoors. This is what last year's downtown Veterans Day parade looked like. A little windy and spectators bundled up, as you can see. But this year, officials are worried about sub-freezing temperatures and icy conditions. The Veterans Day ceremony has been moved to the Indiana War Memorial Auditorium. It begins at 11 a.m. Now, road crews spent the day treating and clearing roads, and that work continues to prevent crashes and slide-offs like we saw this morning. WRTV's Adam Shum shows us their plan.
INDOT and DPW tell me its crews have been working 12-hour shifts to treat the roads and says that crews will continue on those 12-hour shifts overnight. The first snowfall of the season created some big messes. State police and IMPD combined to respond to more than 200 crashes. One of those wrecks included a trooper who was rear-ended by a driver who lost control on an icy I-65. INDOT says it has more than 1,000 yellow trucks on the road statewide. They're plowing and salting. Indy DPW says it has around 60 trucks treating the roads right now. The message from state police is to drive slowly and be prepared.
The weather does not cause crashes. And yes, they are crashes. They are not accidents. The responsibility falls squarely on each individual driver to ensure safety on our roadways.
INDOT and DPW both say the first snow is a reminder to slow down. Leave some extra space between you and the car in front of you. And take it easy on the brakes because even a thin layer of ice can make a big difference. In Indianapolis, Adam Shums, WRTV.
A wintry start to our week, I'm sure probably had many folks cranking up the heat. Tonight, utility companies are warning customers about the higher fees that come in the winter and ways you can save on your energy bill. Mallory Duncan with AES Indiana says it's all about educating customers and planning ahead as we head into winter. Mallory says there are many federally funded assistance programs to help, like the Low-Income Home Energy Assistance Program, which is a one-time benefit that can assist you with the high cost of home energy bills to prevent disconnection.
Also, the United Way of Central Indiana, their Winter Assistance Fund is also income qualified, and AES Indiana just made a $50,000 donation to that Winter Assistance Fund to help our customers out here during these colder months. So every program I just mentioned is available now. It is not being impacted by the government shutdown, but people do need to start planning ahead, start applying right now so that they can get those funds when they need them.
Mallory also advises customers to sign up for budget billing right now before winter is in full swing. Now you can check out energy-saving tips and resources from AES and Duke Energy in this story at WRTV.com.
We don't know your names, but we know you're here, and God sees that. Thank you for everything.
A vigil tonight for Maria Perez, a 32-year-old mother of 4, was shot and killed last week after investigators say she showed up to the wrong home for a cleaning job in Whitestown. Along with remembering Maria, her family and the community are asking for justice and thanking the community for support. The Boone County prosecutor says a decision is expected 1 week from today about whether the homeowner who police say shot and killed Maria will face charges. Maria's family met with the prosecutor today. Her husband says they were the cleaning crew and standing together on the porch of what he later realized was the wrong home. Investigators say the homeowner shot Maria through the closed front door. Her death was ruled a homicide. The prosecutor says in this case, that does not imply criminal intent. At a gathering earlier today, the family's lawyer says regardless of whether charges are filed against a homeowner, they plan to file a civil lawsuit.
My clients just want justice for Maria. They just want to see justice be done. And however that comes and whatever form that comes in, they are willing to be patient with the process.
The family's attorney also says he hopes this case could impact Indiana's Stand Your Ground laws in the future.
I'm WRTV Investigates Kara Kenny here at the Kitty Academy in Greenwood. Here in 2024 is when an employee at the time, Joyce Perkins, slapped a child across the face. As the snow came down, Joyce Perkins arrived to Johnson County Court. Can you talk to us about what happened? Perkins was fired from Kitty Academy. Are you still working in childcare?
No, ma'am.
Our cameras were not allowed in the courtroom, but a camera was rolling in November 2024 at Kitty Academy, where Perkins was working as a floater. The video evidence shows her slapping Jessica Hill's 2-year-old son, Jaden, across the face.
She popped him.
Hill says the red mark was visible hours later. Perkins pleaded guilty Monday to battery on a person less than 14, a felony. Perkins apologized in court, but claimed 2-year-old Jaden spit on her. Prosecutors and Hill say that's not what happened. In your mind, it was more like a raspberry, like he was kind of going like that. Okay.
That's when I originally seen the video. That's how I partake it.
Judge Douglas Cummins took the video into account, saying Perkins was in a position of trust while working at the daycare. He also wants to make sure it never happens again. The judge also considered Perkins is a single mom who works at a factory. He sentenced Perkins to 8 weekends in jail, followed by nearly 2 years supervised probation. Or what'd you think about that?
It kind of threw me off, the fact that he let her do weekends because of her child. But I mean, what about my kid?
Hill says Jaden still struggles with trusting people.
Daycares are not for me anymore.
The Family and Social Services Administration also investigated the incident and in November 2024 cited Kitty Academy in Greenwood for inappropriate discipline. Perkins must report to jail on December 5th. Joyce, do you think the sentence was fair?
It's fair.
Do you think it's fair? Okay. Do you want to apologize
already? I apologize to the parent already. It's fair. I will never do that again. Thank you.
Kitty Academy's license is currently in good standing with the state. They were cited back in May of this year for inappropriate discipline because a teacher grabbed a student by the arm. Now, you can look up your daycare's inspection records. Just go to this story on the WRTV app or WRTV.com. Kara Kenny, WRTV.
I'm your downtown Indy community reporter, Nico Panisi. A few of my neighbors reached out to me to say they were jammed with thousands of dollars in fees when moving out of this downtown apartment building.
So the total cost is $5,101.27.
Zach Coleman owes thousands of dollars to his previous landlord.
$3,000 for painting labor, $700 or $800 for painting materials, $300 and something for a deep clean.
Coleman moved out of his 2-bed, 2-bath unit at 918 in July.
Weird charges that we had no idea about or why.
Coleman's property manager says the cost was so high because the walls were painted a dark color. His lease agreement states the tenants must return, quote, possession of the premises to the landlord broom clean and in the same order and condition in which the tenant received the premises. And if they don't, the tenant is, quote, liable for repairs or damages caused by negligence, carelessness, accident, or abuse. Coleman says his issue is with the sheer cost and lack of communication and transparency.
We asked for documentation, receipts, invoices, and all they could respond was that the charges were valid.
Coleman is not alone. 2 other former tenants experienced something similar.
In total, it was a little over $3,000.
Over $1,900 deposit. We were only going to get $165 back.
I reached out to Dee Ross with the Indiana Tenants Association.
Landlords are coming after tenants with thousands of dollars in so-called move-out fees.
Ross has the following tips for renters.
Ask for an itemized list. In Indiana, landlords must provide by law within 45 days that list to you if they withhold your deposit. And remember, tenants can dispute any unfair charges in small claims court.
And that's exactly what Coleman did. He says he filed a claim against Rubicon in the Marion County Small Claims Court earlier this month. I reached out to Rubicon several times, but never heard back. Coleman hopes other renters never have to experience what he has.
I've never had any type of charges like this. Never an experience like this moving out.
In Indianapolis, Nico Panisi, WRTV.
The city of Carmel has wrapped up their State of the City address, and they're touting that they're the best in the state in numerous areas. We'll show you some of them.
You probably know Mooresville best for being the home of the Indiana state flag, but the town wants to make sure you know even more than that. Coming up, I'll take you inside the plan to revitalize Mooresville's Main Street.
Ire Hensley.
You're watching WRTV, part of the Scripps News Group.
A breakdown of where a city's been, but more importantly, where it's going. Hey, I'm your Hamilton County Community Reporter Griffin Gonzalez outside the Palladium here in Carmel, where tonight Carmel Mayor Sue Finkham hosted her 2nd annual State of the City address. In it, she addressed a lot of key areas, so let's break down for you the big 3.
Carmel is what it is, again, because of the people that live here, that work here, that invest here.
1, key wins and big challenges. Carmel has been awarded once again one of the best cities to live in the entire United States, but with that has come some challenges, like Indiana's new property tax law.
We've had unusual external circumstances like SCA 1 and concerns about the interest rate, and all that impacts our businesses' ability to do their jobs and also development. We want to be known as a place where people come because it's the best place in the country to live.
The second big focus of the night for the first-term Carmel mayor was on infrastructure, a key area of focus for areas all across Indiana. But she believes it can have a special interest for local business.
Continued investment in our infrastructure is what's going to keep us advancing in that public safety realm. Whether you're a business owner, whether you're a resident, whether you're a visitor, Carmel has something for everybody.
Business-wise, Carmel leading the way with only 2% vacancy in office space.
We're investing heavily in infrastructure. We're continuing to build quality of life. And more importantly, we're intentional with our development.
The third big idea of the night was where is Carmel going and how is it going to use new technology to get there? And the mayor says Carmel is well on their way.
That allows for real-time data and route optimization for them to do their jobs better. Whether it be implementing AI, whether it be changing the software system that we use, or whether it just be getting in a room, rolling up our sleeves and saying, how can we serve the citizens better?
The city also shared with business leaders as well as community members new projects that are coming down the pipeline. You can see a list of those online at WRTV.com. Reporting here in Carmel, I'm your Hamilton County Community Reporter Griffin Gonzalez, WRTV.
Governor Braun says Hoosier families that rely on SNAP could start seeing partial benefits in their EBT accounts as soon as tomorrow. Braun announced today that benefits have been processed and the state is ready to fully fund benefits for November if the government shutdown ends and funding is restored. Now, this comes as an end to the longest government shutdown in U.S. history. Might be in sight. Tonight, the Senate passed a bipartisan bill to reopen the government. ABC's Rena Roy has the latest.
The longest government shutdown in U.S. history may finally be coming to an end.
The bill as amended is passed.
The Senate passing a bipartisan bill tonight to reopen the government after 8 senators who caucus with Democrats broke with their party Sunday night to support a short-term funding bill that would reopen the government through January 30th. This bill does not include Democrats' key demand to extend Obamacare subsidies to prevent insurance premiums from doubling for millions.
How do you explain, though, to your constituents why it was worth it to put up this fight for so long when in the end you did not get your key demand?
Because it wasn't working.
Senate Democrats did secure a vote on health care subsidies in the coming weeks, but it's unlikely to get much Republican support.
It seems like the health care bill that Democrats will be putting on the floor has a very low chance of getting any Republican support.
Yeah, I would say it won't get any.
What this Senate is about to do is make a horrific situation even worse.
Over the last 5 weeks, many people coast to coast have been affected by the shutdown. 42 million Americans losing access to federal food assistance. Hundreds of thousands of federal workers weren't paid, and thousands of flights impacted. Over 7,000 flights were canceled since Friday, and today alone, more than 7,000 delays. The FAA forcing airlines to cancel flights with a shortage of air traffic controllers.
There was no reimbursement or anything, so I had to pay for a hotel. So, yeah, it was madness, craziness.
We just found out this morning that we're stranded here until best case scenario tomorrow.
And even when the government does reopen, it'll take some time for things to get back up and running as normal. Rena Roy, ABC News, New York.
Our first snowfall of the season is over with here in central Indiana, and as we walked out the door this morning in your communities, that depended where you live or where you were, you had a different view. Up in Frankfort, almost 3.5 inches of snow, 3 inches in Ball State. Up in Muncie at the National Weather Service in Indy, 1.8 was the official total over a 2-day period. In Bloomington, just under an inch of snow. Again, that has come to an end here in central Indiana. There's a few snow showers in the northern part of the state. This is all coming off of Lake Michigan, but the winds have veered now in more of a westerly direction, and so they're going to, or easterly rather, instead of coming downstate, these snow showers are just going to kind of move through Fort Wayne and eventually off into Ohio. Otherwise, clear and cold. The cold is the headline here overnight. Weather-wise, 25 right now in Kokomo, 26 is the current temperature in Columbus, and 27 in Indy. Here are your real feel temperatures, and it feels like it's in the teens in a lot of locations already. 18 in Lafayette, 16 is what it feels like in Muncie. And look at this cold on the East Coast. Atlanta now is at 34 degrees. Florida is likely to break some record cold readings here tonight, some of which have been in place for over 100 years. So that's how kind of rare this big push of cold air is going that far south across the area. And they have lots of cold warnings in place across the state of Florida for that freeze. Low temperatures tonight down into the low 20s across the area. 21 in Kokomo, 21 in Noblesville, but it's going to feel like it's in the teens throughout the overnight hours. That's what you wake up to. This is tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. It's going to feel like 17 degrees. By the noon hour, it's still going to feel like it's in the mid-20s. And then even tomorrow evening, as our high temperature gets up to right around 40 degrees, it's going to still feel like it is sub-freezing across the area. Now, as the warmer air starts to return, it's not out of the question mid-morning into the lunch hour that there could be some flurries and or some drizzle coming through the area, all of which would be very, very light. Just don't want you to be caught off guard. Temperatures should be above freezing by the noon hour, but before that, you may have to keep an eye on some slick spots across the area. Here's the best news, though. The cool down is brief for us. By the time we get to Friday, we're up to 61. By the time we get to Saturday, highs will be close to 70 degrees.
This is the question nearly every small and mid-sized town in Indiana is asking itself. How do we differentiate ourselves from one another? Ty Simmons here in downtown Mooresville, which is about to bet big on its main street.
It's hard to build downtowns like this in 2025. That's why Tyler and Hannah Lahusky are trying to build a community within these bricks.
We're officially full-time at the coffee shop now. I've been working 2 jobs.
Aramo's Coffee put a buzz on Main Street this summer and the Huskies hope they start a trend in the middle of Mooresville.
I hope we bring some awesome local businesses in like that. I know we got some good chains coming in too, but I hope we grow the local business scene, but also, stay traditional.
The town sees their vision and is spending $8 million of tax increment financing funding to accomplish it.
Reimagining the street, and not just for cars.
Aaron Pipkin and the Mooresville Redevelopment Commission are moving toward the Main in Motion initiative, a plan to improve Main Street with wider sidewalks to attract local shops and local shoppers.
We're aware that people like Mooresville as a small town, so we're just trying to make infrastructure improvements that support that, not kind of override that. For a long time, we wanted to do Main Street, and we finally have the money to do it.
The public will see the full plans Thursday night, and construction will likely start in February. There are already encouraging signs for Main Street. A brewery moved in right after Eremos opened, and a candy shop across the street from the coffee shop started serving sweets just last week.
When we moved here 4 or so years ago, not as many people knew where Mooresville was, but the reach of Mooresville is broadening.
The place known for designing the state flag could soon become a banner small-town destination. On Mooresville's Main Street, I'm your Morgan County community reporter, Tosh Simmons, WRTV.
Wood Volkswagen of Noblesville.
Next time you're heading to the store to pick up personal items like soap, shampoo, or even toothpaste, experts say pay close attention to how much you're paying, and data supports it.
I usually do go for cheaper things just because my budget is pretty small. I don't really care about the brands anymore just because I can't afford the big ones.
I already have a certain brand I'm consistent with, so I always just go for that brand.
I won't buy something if it's super expensive, but I also don't just go to Target and buy the Target brand.
We all have our own preference when it comes to shopping for personal items. Sometimes it's the deal, the brand, or a compromise between the two. Data from the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics shows the cost of items for hair, dental, shaving, and other personal care products have gone up by 18% from 2020 to 2025, or roughly a $3.62 increase per item. Senior marketing lecturer at San Diego State, Bernhard Schroeder, says that has many questioning brand loyalty, and his research shows Gen Z shoppers are more likely to make these purchases based on experience.
They might have been fed Colgate and Crest when they were a kid, but now they're looking at reviews, they're looking at transparency of the company, they're looking at value, they're looking at what other people are saying.
He also says different age groups are more likely to be influenced by social media posts.
Gen Z is so open to checking something out based on hearing about it in social media. It's not even funny how quickly they will try something else because they're looking for value and authenticity.
If I've seen an ad or somebody posting about something on Instagram that I'm familiar with them, I'm probably more likely to at least try it out.
And while people have a lot of choices when it comes to shopping for personal items, consumers we talk to say it all depends on what you value and are willing to spend your money on.
I don't really look at the prices. I just look at what's good and natural for my hair or for what kind of makeup I go for.
I mean, for hair stuff, I feel it's a little bit different. I'll probably spend a little bit more just because I feel that's kind of more important.
Marie Cornell, Scripps News Group.
A steamer gets your home cleaner.
Today, Indianapolis International Airport officials unveiled a new exhibit to honor veterans and celebrate the legacy of the Tuskegee Airmen. The airport says the exhibit is inspired by the Tuskegee Airmen's extraordinary courage, resilience, and contributions to history. It's called Tuskegee Airmen America's Freedom Flyers. These men were America's first black military pilots who served in units formed during World War II.
If it wasn't for the integrity, loyalty, perseverance, and constant fight from this band of brothers, then we wouldn't be as far as where we are now.
The exhibit also highlights Indiana's ties to the Tuskegee Airmen story. The pilots actually train at Atterbury Army Field and Freeman Field. Anyone visiting the airport can view the exhibit. It will be up through March 26.